In a wild forest, a terrified girl flees from a masked demon. In her attempt to escape, she stumbles and breaks her ankle, exposing the bone. As the masked man slowly approaches with a scythe in his hand, her fate seems sealed. But suddenly another figure appears, wearing a smooth mask called Babyface. He attacks the pursuer. Babyface quickly kills him with a deep gash in the stomach, causing everything inside to spill out. Babyface carries the girl away, but then the scene flickers, as if everything that just happened has been recorded. The scene shifts to Kayla and her best friend Maddie. Maddie is painting graffiti on a wall under a bridge and keeps inviting Kayla to join in. However, Kayla refuses, wanting only to watch Maddie paint. This disappoints Maddie, who tells Kayla she needs to live a happier and more independent life. Kayla explained that she couldn't do it because she had epilepsy. However, Maddie believed it was just an excuse to hide her fear of doing something on her own. Maddie said those words because she would eventually leave Kayla and they would go their separate ways in life. But Kayla replied that she only needed to continue following Maddie. That angered Maddie. She felt that Kayla had long been a burden to her because she had cared for and looked after Kayla like a child since she was little. These words deeply hurt Kayla. They argued and went their separate ways. But shortly after separating, Kayla suddenly heard Maddie screaming for help. She immediately ran towards the sound and saw Maddie being restrained by a mysterious assailant on the bridge. Just seconds later, Kayla was also knocked unconscious and became the next victim. Later, Kayla reappears with a bloodied eye as someone performs surgery on her eye. She then wakes up inside a box labeled Beauty 6, and in an attempt to move, she accidentally hits her head on the side of the box. Kayla crawls out of the box and finds herself in the middle of a desolate forest. She quickly realizes her left eye is bleeding. Kayla then begins searching the forest, calling out Maddie's name in the hope of finding her friend. Soon after, she unexpectedly discovers a human skeleton lying alone in the forest, causing Kayla to panic and scream for help. At that moment, two other girls silently approach from behind and immediately cover her mouth to silence her. After calming down, they ask her name and warn her not to make any noise or they will alert those who brought them there. The two girls then introduce themselves as Sheena and Alice. They ask Kayla if she has a phone. At that moment, Kayla suddenly remembered she needed to take her medication to control her epilepsy. She immediately ran back to the box where she had woken up, and Sheena and Alice followed. However, Kayla couldn't find her medication. She began to have a seizure. Kayla suddenly saw strange images. A man with an axe was wandering through the forest. When she woke up, Kayla only saw Alice beside her. Sheena had left to seek help. Kayla told Alice that during the seizure, she had seen a man with an axe walking around the forest. Kayla then continued to call out Maddie's name, but Alice immediately warned her. According to Alice, their situation was nothing short of a manhunt, and they were the prey of their kidnappers. If discovered, Alice bluntly stated that she would abandon Kayla and run away. After going deeper into the forest, they saw another box with the words, Beast 6 inches written on it. Upon closer inspection, they discovered no one inside the box. Just then, a masked man appeared nearby. He was known by the nickname Rotface and was slowly approaching the box. Luckily, the two girls hadn't been discovered yet. When Rotface turned his head, Alice immediately threw a branch to distract him. However, Kayla suddenly collapsed due to a recurring seizure, forcing Alice to abandon her and flee. Rotface spotted her and immediately pursued her. Meanwhile, a seizure caused Kayla to see everything from Roseface's perspective as he chased Alice. Rotface threw his axe at Alice but missed, impaling a tree trunk instead. Alice tried to pick it up to defend herself, but Rotface was much faster and stronger. He pressed the axe blade against Alice's face, slowly driving it in until it cut across her face. After killing Alice, Rotface suddenly heard another girl screaming and walking towards him. Kayla, now sobered up after witnessing Rotface kill Alice through the images that appeared during her seizure, panicked and ran, eventually reaching the edge of the forest. However, as she tried to cross the boundary, the surrounding warning lights suddenly lit up bright red, preventing her from leaving. At that moment, Kayla heard the cries for help from a girl named Sally trying to run across a nearby field. Rotface quickly caught up and threw the axe at her. The axe head pierced Sally's back, causing her to collapse. However, at that moment, the killer turned and waved to Kayla. After hesitating for a moment, Rotface turned to Sally, drew the axe, and prepared to finish her off. Suddenly, another masked man, nicknamed Skin Crow, rushed forward as if to claim his prey. Rotface stepped forward to block him, an action seemingly aimed at protecting Kayla. Taking advantage of the moment when the two men fought, Kayla took Sally away, returning to the forest to find shelter. The battle between Rotface and Skin Crow was incredibly fierce. Ultimately, Rotface was defeated, suffering multiple cuts to the chest from Skin Crow. Back in the forest, Kayla temporarily laid Sally under a tree, using some branches for cover, and decided to go find someone to help, promising to return immediately. However, as soon as Kayla left, Skin Crow easily found Sally. He dragged her to another tree, and without hesitation, tore her arms from her body, killing her in a brutal manner. Meanwhile, Kayla, trying to find her bearings, unexpectedly encountered another figure. He wore a pig mask and was called Pigface. However, their encounter was brief as his head suddenly exploded. After that, Kayla, who had heard Sally's screams earlier, returned to find her, but upon arriving, Kayla only saw Sally's body with her arms torn off. Grieving over Sally's death, Kayla was forced to continue. She decided to search for Maddie and find a way to escape this nightmare. As she continued deeper into the forest, Kayla began to see old cabins scattered ahead. Following them, she finally found a map that revealed she was in an abandoned mining town called Eureka Springs. Kayla entered a cabin to investigate. As she looked around, she noticed something moving outside. But before she could react, a girl suddenly appeared, startling Kayla. Instinctively, Kayla swung the machete she'd taken from Pigface, accidentally striking Jackie in the neck and killing her. At that moment, Sheena appeared with a new girl named Rose. Both witnessed Kayla's murder. Terrified and confused, Kayla tried to explain it was an accident. Just then, Kayla had another seizure. During the convulsion, she saw strange images from the perspective of another masked figure. Through that perspective, Kayla saw Maddie being held captive in a mine tunnel near the town. A short time later, Kayla woke up and realized Sheena had left, leaving her with Rose. Sheena had also taken the machete for self-defense. Kayla then approached Rose and tried to convince her that she wasn't a bad person and had no intention of killing her. Next, Kayla asked Rose if she had ever encountered a masked figure. Rose claims she actually encountered a masked owl-like figure known as Owlie, who always roamed the gold mining area. This information convinced Kayla that what she saw was real, not a hallucination, and that Maddie might still be alive. Kayla noticed that Rose also had an eye injury and vaguely remembered the surgery. Rose thought it was just a dream, but Kayla did. She then took Jackie's left eye out to examine it. As expected, a sophisticated camera device was attached to the back of her eye. This indicated that their eyes were being used to monitor their every move and transmit live images to those hiding behind them. They all seemed to be caught in a life or death game with an audience watching their every action. Just then, Sheena returned after escaping from Skin Crow and a new masked figure nicknamed Woody. Kayla immediately told Sheena about the cameras in their eyes. Then the three began discussing a plan to escape the forest. However, their plan was quickly disrupted when Skin Crow suddenly appeared and began searching the cabin where they were hiding. He discovered Rose and dragged her out but did not harm her. Immediately afterward, Kayla and Sheena attacked Skin Crow together, pushing him outside. Finally, Skin Crow temporarily left, giving the girls a chance to rest. Meanwhile, Kayla began to think about why Rose wasn't killed when Skin Crow captured her. She thought it might be because Rose was covering her face. But then they remembered the boxes labeled Beauty and Beast. From that, Kayla began to deduce that each girl had a monster assigned to protect them, while other monsters would try to kill them. Not only that, if a girl died, the monster protecting her would also die. After realizing this was essentially a life or death battle, Kayla recalled that Pigface's head had exploded at the exact moment Sally died. This proved that Pigface was the monster assigned to protect Sally. However, when Kayla mentioned so many girls she had met who had died, Sheena began to doubt Kayla's story and thought it was all made up. It's possible Kayla herself killed all of them. Sheena turned to threaten both Rose and Kayla, as the game was a winner only if the last person alive, so she decided to kill them both. After all, confronting them was easier than dealing with the other killers. This forced Kayla to pull Rose away from Sheena and the others. They then moved to another cabin to avoid Woody, who had discovered them. They found a gap in the side of the cabin and tried to crawl through to escape. Unfortunately, Rose got stuck in the passageway. At that moment, Skin Crow spotted them and pulled her back inside. At the same time, Woody saw Kayla and began to advance towards her. The situation forced Kayla to let go of Rose to escape, circling around to the other side and running inside to help Rose. The two girls fought Skin Crow together in a fierce battle. During the struggle, Rose severed his fingers. However, Skin Crow managed to pin Kayla against the wall and shove his blood-soaked severed hand into her mouth. Finally, the two of them joined forces and used a large drill to pierce his stomach. Woody, witnessing this scene, recoiled in fear, not daring to confront them at this moment. After defeating Skin Crow, the two girls finally had a short time to rest and chat like friends. After a while, Kayla and Rose saw Sheena running past. They chased after her and quickly realized she was heading towards the mine. Kayla stopped Sheena and tried to convince her that they should cooperate to find a way out instead of killing each other as their kidnappers intended. But Sheena knew that all their actions were being watched, and there was no way to escape, only the sole survivor would be free. In the end, Sheena decided to attack Kayla as well. Meanwhile, Rose was suddenly overpowered from behind by Woody, who stabbed her in the arm. Despite this, Rose managed to push him away. At that moment, Woody's head unexpectedly exploded as Rotface appeared and severed Sheena's head in two. This revealed that Sheena was the target Woody was assigned to protect, while Rotface was Kayla's monster. Despite all that, Kayla still took the axe and killed Rotface. After everything was over, Kayla returned to Rose, apologized for abandoning her earlier, and together they headed towards the mine tunnel to find Maddie. Upon arriving, they saw Maddie in a small shack, exactly as Kayla had seen during her previous seizure. However, immediately after Kayla reunited with Maddie, Rose began to feel jealous of their relationship. Their escape plan also collapsed when they discovered that the tunnel was not the escape route as Kayla had thought. Suddenly, Owlie appeared and approached them, and all three immediately prepared to fight back. But at that moment, Kayla had another seizure. From Kayla's perspective, she witnessed Rose using a knife to slit Maddie's throat, killing her instantly. Then Owlie's head exploded because the girl he had been protecting was dead. After a while, Kayla regained consciousness and saw Maddie lying on the ground. Maddie's death completely devastated Kayla, leaving her without hope. Her grief and despair gradually turned into resentment and anger directed towards Rose. Rose, however, mistakenly believed she had just saved Kayla, as killing Maddie would have meant Owlie would explode. Seeing Kayla's reaction, Rose felt betrayed, as they had previously promised to be best friends. Therefore, Rose decided to run away from Kayla. As the sun set, Kayla performed a horrifying act to escape the game. She gouged out her own eye, the very eye containing the tracking device. Following this act, the game system immediately declared it a suicide. Thus, the game's operators declared Rose the winner. After the game ended, one of the investors behind this survival battle, Derek, sat in his mansion reviewing all the game's recordings. Suddenly, the home security system issued a notification that there was movement inside. By the time Derek realized there was an intruder, it was too late. Kayla appeared and attacked him with a taser, instantly knocking him unconscious. When he regained consciousness, Kayla demanded that Derek reveal the identities of everyone involved in this sick game. Initially, he refused to cooperate, but under threat from Kayla, Derek was forced to name someone. Afterward, Kayla turned to Maddie to discuss their next move. However, Derek couldn't see Maddie anywhere. It was just a hallucination. Thinking Kayla had lost her mind, Derek tried to bribe her, but Kayla remained unmoved. She began attacking him, intending to send a warning message to all those who had invested in this brutal manhunting game. The movie ends here. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.